Here, what I'm going to start right now on is our bechamel sauce. And as I mentioned before, I had 4 cups of milk that I took them out when I started working on the tomatoes so they can get to room temperature. But first, what we're going to start with here, I have the butter at room temperature, but if you forgot to take it out, it's okay. We're going to add a total of 5 tablespoons of butter. What we want to do is melt it, not boil it or anything like this. We need it to melt it. And then after it melts, we're going to add uh, half a cup of flour. And then after the flour we'll start adding the milk. And I also today, with the 4 cups of milk, I wanted to do something special. So I surprise to the camera crew. I am adding. I put 3.5 cups of milk, whole milk, by the way, and half a cup of heavy whipping cream. So I wanted a little bit creamier today. So this is what our butter here is coming nice. I have our flour here. And then after that, we will add about a quarter teaspoon of salt, about a quarter teaspoon of white pepper. I'm not going to use black pepper here. You can if you want. The white pepper actually has a stronger tang to it than the black pepper. And then you don't have those little blacks showing in there. That's a trick to use with white sauce if you have white pepper. If you don't, it's okay to use the black pepper. And I'm also going to freshly grate some nutmeg in there. I have some dried fresh nutmeg. We're gonna grate about a quarter teaspoon in there as well in the bechamel sauce. So there, our butter is ready for us. And I'm gonna just turn it down a little bit here. We're gonna put half a cup in there. There we go. All right. And what we need to do is stir it right away. You know, we don't want, because we don't want lumps. We want to turn it into a creamy mixture. Probably it'll take about 3 to 4 minutes. What we're doing here is we're getting rid. I have it right now medium low. I'm sorry, I have it at medium low. And what we want to do is get the raw flour taste out. So we don't taste it while we're eating. And that's part of the secret of making the bechamel sauce, where you feel you want to just take spoons of it and eat it. Again, this is we're going to do this for about a couple minutes, and then we'll add the milk slowly, our room temperature milk in here. You could see our flour butter mixture. It's really creamy. It's almost like a pudding. So just so you know, and again, I kept stirring it the whole time, really about 2 minutes, 2.5 from the time I put the flour in there. Now I'm going to start adding our milk. And again, like I mentioned, I put half a cup. I put 3.5 cups of milk, half a cup of heavy cream. But you can put just the 4 cups of milk if this is what you desire. And the reason I'm doing it this way, I want to add them slowly. I want to mix them together. I'm going to actually get the whisk in a minute and use the whisk for them. And the reason I'm using the cup is because I did receive some requests. I know I could pour it from here a little bit at a time, but I've had some of our viewers that said they're having some issues where they're spilling and things like this. So there's a solution. You can go like this and do it this way. So we want to keep mixing here. Again, I'm going to switch to a whisk. There we go. There, it's if I need to, I'll get back to this one. There we go. Okay, time to add the second cup. And what was it, about 30 seconds? I think we had it. We had the first cup in there. We just don't try not to take it become lumpy. And if it becomes lumpy with you, it's okay. It'll dissolve. But we just want to keep moving the milk and the butter and the whole mixture. See how they're becoming creamy there with the bechamel, turning it into a bechamel sauce. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Very, very nice. Very nice. Coming together really well. See how adding it slowly in there, we are um, there. This is good. All right. This is a cup measure that I'm using kind of in here. There. I feel like I need a third hand here. There we go. Yeah. If I had a non-stick, I would use the other. If I had a non-stick pan, I would have used a different kind of whisk. But we don't want to scratch the surface. Even though you could, they say we're able to on these, but I like to. There, it's coming together beautifully here. This will end up cooking probably about 5 to 7 minutes after we're done adding everything, and I have it on medium low. So just as a reminder, this is looking good here. All right, I'll add one more and then I'll just pour the rest in there. I mean, technically this is really the right way to do it, as you're pouring it slowly and stirring at the same time. I was just trying to show you the different ways so you don't think it's too difficult. Honestly, the lasagna is not really difficult. Just you prep all these things together. You could prep this ahead of time or the day before if you want to. Uh, have them in the fridge. You don't need to warm them up because we need everything at room temperature when we start putting them over the lasagna. So if you're thinking, let's say, oh, one evening you want somebody to come over and have some lasagna, you can prep everything the day before and just make it, technically put it together about an hour before you start going, before you go to where you're going. So that's, oh, this is nice. This is really good. This is going to be so yummy. And it's all homemade, no artificial stuff. And yes, we have the butter, the 5 tablespoons. I'm making it a little creamier here, but this is what the bechamel sauce is all about. There, see, look, nothing became lumpy. Everything is good. I'm not. You don't keep stirring it the whole time. Just at the beginning here, let me add the salt, the little pepper here, and as I said, about a quarter teaspoon of salt. I'm going to put a quarter teaspoon of white pepper there, and our about quarter teaspoon of fresh nutmeg here. It has, oh, the nutmeg has it's that special flavor and special aroma that you get while you're using it. Now, for some reason, if you didn't have the nutmeg, I know not everybody might have it handy in their kitchen. If you even had the powder of the nutmeg, you could use that. If you didn't have it at all, it's okay. I know the flavor is will be a little different, but it's not going to hurt the dish. And as you know me, I like to give you a lot of options, try and make it easy for you, and I let you show you how you can improvise if things happen, things you need to change. All right, I'm going to let it here cook for another probably 6 minutes, and every minute I'll come back and stir it. But again, I have it on medium low, and shortly I'm going to start on our meat. Let me whisk this our friend over here. Um I'm going to check them in a minute to see how they are. They've been here for about 7 minutes. I could feel they are thickened, but I don't know if they are ready yet or not. Let's run the test here, the famous bechamel sauce test. And I'm not going to use my finger because it'll hurt. It's hot, and I've seen many chefs burn when they do it. So you gotta go like this. If they don't run over, it's ready. Ta-da! Can they see these or no? Um, I wanted to also let you know when you're cooling even if you leave it in its own pan, uh, you need to cover it for the bechamel sauce. And here we have our tomato sauce, and we have our ground beef over here. They all really taste very, very delicious. Well, this is wonderful. Again, thank you for joining me. Really appreciate it. We'll talk soon. You take care. Bye bye.